What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are, 6 consecutive green day, $1,874.75 of profit, $6 less than yesterday. This is good. Consistency. That's what it's all about. Today I traded 3 stocks. I'm green on all 3. I had a total of about 5 trades, and 4 of the 5 trades were winners. My only loser was a $50 loss, which is totally manageable. I am very happy with that. And this month has been kind of interesting. Even though it's not been a blowout month, I'm only up about $20,000 on the month, only up. It's still a good month. I think today is my 17th or 16th day of the month, and 13 of those days, now wait a second. I was just looking over this earlier, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of the 13 green days, well, today's, I think that's the 14th or whatever, were between about $1,200 and $2,000. So I'm kind of finding this little groove here, hitting $1,500 to $1,800 a day, which is solid. It's a little below my 2018 daily average of $2,100 a day, but these are good numbers, and it's kind of one of those things where I remember years ago when if I could average even just $100 a day, I was like so pumped. And with all the ebbs and the flows, I'm kind of down at a place where really not trying that hard, just trading for half an hour, a couple of trades, I'm hitting $1,500, $1,800 a day. That's kind of the low end of the average, and that is really good. I mean, I can definitely live with that. So that feels good. All right, now we'll do midday market recap as usual. Any questions, any comments, leave them below. I'll come back through and answer them over the weekend, and we'll be back at it first thing on Monday morning. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. All right, everyone. So we're going to go over the midday market recap here for this morning. Today is Friday. It is the 236th day of the year, and I'm finishing up $1,875.74. Actually, $1,874.75. It's another really solid day. Yesterday I made about $6 more. On Wednesday I made about $150 less. So I'm kind of and last Friday I made about $300 less. So I'm kind of averaging around $1,500 to $1,800 a day this week, actually, or this month. I actually have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days that were between $1,200 and $2,000. And this is the 17th day of the year. So, it's kind of like, this has been just sort of grinding on these $1,500 to $1,800 days. Yeah, I see that VTVT 5-minute breakout pattern. I'm surprised that it is resolving this well. You can see it's about to get halted right at 225. If it stays above that level, that really opened up. I mean, that's a 5-minute breakout, but I'm surprised. So now the halt level is at 234. The 200 moving average is at 240. So I would honestly probably have a short bias with a stop at 250. I think a lot of people would look at this level of resistance here. You've got 4 green candles in a row where it just squeezed from $1.65 up to $2.30. That's the type of trade that, man, I wish I'd been watching it a little more closely. But, in any case, part of being green is knowing when to walk away, knowing when to take your profits and, call it a day. When you start over trading, sometimes you catch one of these, but more often than not, you get yourself into trouble. You end up taking unnecessary losses, and then you spend the rest of your day trying to make back the losses, or you just go further and further into the red. So, the most successful traders are the ones who know when to walk away. So anyways, today traded 3 stocks, green on all 3 of them, which is great. You see there a 50,000 share buyer at 225. You know, that could be a short seller who's under the water and trying to cover. It's probably not someone who's actually trying to buy the stock up 121%. That would be sort of a weird spot to be a buyer. We'll see what happens around that 200 moving average. So traded 3 of the biggest movers in the market today. VTVT, my trade on it earlier, only made 72 bucks. ABIL, trade on it earlier, right out of the gates here, made $230. And then ANY, a big mover this morning, squeezing from $3 all the way up to $4.20, and I made 1,500 bucks on that. All right, so today, really no different than any other day. Gap scanners starting pre-market, watching them around 9:15 a.m. when we do our pre-market analysis. And we could see at 9:15 that we had a few that were worth watching. QTM, ABIL, and VTVT. These were the 3 that we were watching. The first gapper was too expensive, so that was off the list. QTM gapping up 48% with a 30 million share float and 300,000 shares of pre-market volume. Now on this one, the bell rang. I was watching it for a long over 230, but it sold off and never broke the pre-market high, so no trades. It was on the watch list, but didn't give us a trigger. ABIL, this one, I was watching for the break of the pre-market high. It did break that level. And on this one, I jumped in at, let's see. I jumped in ABIL at 267, and sold at 270, 271, and 273 for a small $230 of profit. Not a big win, but a scalp on the break of the pre-market high. It ended up hitting a high of 78, but then not really holding those levels super well. Next trade was VTVT. This was on the watch list this morning. You can see it's still moving higher. Pre-market high was $1.50. The bell rings and I jumped in with 3 orders for the break of that pre-market high. I used my hotkey. It happened so fast. And so what you'll notice is 1, 1, and then the third order. These 2 were both at 150, and this one's at 158 because of how fast the stock moved. So I ended up getting filled 9,000 shares at an average of like 52, selling some at 66, the rest at 53, 50, 48 as it came back down. So I only made $72 on 9,000 shares because right out of the gates it popped up and then it came back down. It then did end up squeezing back up to the highs right here. I was watching it here, but there was a 10,000 share seller up there at 75. Didn't think it would break. It did end up breaking, but there was more big sellers stacked up. Got up to 85, another big seller, it drops back down to 60. Just generally didn't really think a lot of it. And then look at that. So this is a little hard to predict. Just because when you're looking at this 5-minute chart, you see this big doji candle with that tall body right there. You see this false breakout right here. And then, you know, it's just, I mean, it's holding above the 9 moving average, but that's about all it has going for it. And then it breaks this level, which is fine. Okay, so it breaks over 77. First target would be 85. It breaks 85, squeezes up to 92. Okay. But then squeezing all the way up to 219, that's a big move. I mean, that's really pretty impressive. So, you know, for a Friday, this stock really deserves a pat on the back for putting in a big move like that. It's right at the 200 moving average on the daily. That's a resistance point. You know, I'm not going to feel FOMO or regret that I didn't buy this pullback because it really was not a picture perfect pattern. It's great that it resolved as well as it did, but I don't know that I would have really been able to anticipate that level of resolution enough to justify taking a 10:30 a.m. trade. Usually this is when I'm sort of, you know, slowing down. So anyways, so that was VTVT. And then we had ANY hit the scanner. Surprise, hits the scanner at 320. I pull it up, I look at it, and I'm like, okay. Immediately when it hits the scanner, I'm familiar with it because this is a former runner. It's a stock that's made a big move within the last month or so. So I see it squeezing up, and I'm pretty much immediately like, oop, I like this and I want to jump in. It touches a high here of 69. I saw it hit the scanner and I jumped in at 42, 48, and 49. Stepped up to the plate, sold half at 59 for 10 cents profit, more at 55, 62, and 68, 58, and 45. So right in there, I made about $1,100 on 9,000 shares. So a nice first trade, jumping in pretty much off the scanner with a starter at 42, stop is 32, 10 cent stop, adding at 48 and 49, new stop is break even for my first entry, and then selling into the squeeze. It pulls back. Right here is the pullback, and then I ended up adding at 83 and 84, reducing to smaller size of 1,500 shares. That was at, let's see, 83 and 84. That was this breakout right here, this 1 minute micro breakout. It pops up to 87, but I ended up stopping out of it for a $50 loss. I sold that for a $50 loss, so that was my only loss today. I then got back in it at 86 and 90 as it curled back up right here and sold on the move up to 404, 401, 397, and 407. So total of I guess 3 separate trades on this, 2 winners. Oh, let's see, wait, 4 trades. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, well, 3 trades. So 3 trades, 2 winners, 1 loser, but overall up $1,500 on the name. So overall, just a really solid, a solid day of trading. Consistency is what it's all about. Kind of finishing up the year with a couple more green trades. I'm not trying to be a hero. I saw a lot of people out there trying to be really aggressive with, the overall market. And, it just, on the one hand, yeah, I missed out on this bottom bounce and I can feel a little bit of FOMO there. The market pops 1,000 points. I could have been, I could have bought any big stock. I could have bought options on the S&P. I could have bought, Apple or Facebook, and maybe I could have made an extra $20,000 or $30,000. That would have been trying to be a hero, trying to have a really big finish to the year. And then the risk is that I could have done it and been wrong. I could have done it on this day right here when the market looked like it was about to reverse and then went lower. And now I'm taking a $20,000, $30,000 loss at the end of the year or even more. So my kind of approach is, it's been a good year. I crossed the $500,000 mark in profits for this year. I'm at about $840,000 in my small account. I still have about $160,000 between me and the $1 million milestone. And I've just got to kind of keep my head down and stay focused on that and not get too kind of, compulsive about having a big finish to the year and doing something really spectacular, because the likelihood is really more that I would probably end up screwing up and having a big loss. So finishing the year in good shape here. One more day on Monday. I'm not sure whether or not I'll trade. I'll see what's looking good. I don't know that I'll come down to the office here. I might just trade from home. Just open up my laptop and see what's moving. But, it'll probably just, just be a small day, a small finish. And, then next thing you know, we'll be in January. So, new year, new you. January is right around the corner. So I've got a mentor session with an Inner Circle student at 11. So I'm going to switch gears and jump into that. Those of you guys who are Warrior Pro students who want to have one-on-one sessions with me, with Mike, with Roberto, with any of the other junior moderators, you're welcome to upgrade to the Inner Circle this New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, and use a discount coupon code. So typically the Inner Circle is $10,000. That's for a full year of access to all of our classes, the chat room, the simulator, plus one-on-one sessions with me and the team. What we do for Warrior Pro students is we give you 50% off the $10,000, so it's $5,000. And what we're gonna do for you guys right here for New Year's Eve is let you apply a coupon code to the $5,000. So you can upgrade for, I don't know what it is after the coupon code. It's like 3,200 or something like that. And that'll give you a whole year of access. So that'll give you a year of everything at Warrior Trading, or adds a year to your current subscription. Plus you get to hang out with me and Mike in one-on-one sessions. All right, so Warrior Pro students that are interested, you can email team at Warrior Trading, and they'll give you a special link to upgrade. Those of you guys who are watching on YouTube, Facebook, and want to join the Inner Circle, you can use a coupon code on the $10,000 pay in full amount as well. So we're only giving out that coupon code and that purchase link to pro students. So you got to email us for it, and then we'll send it back to you. Yeah, we don't use Skype, but we use a conference room for our one-on-one sessions. Yep, and we do have payment plans available for Inner Circle students. All right, so hopefully I will see some of you guys booking one-on-one sessions on my calendar, and I will talk with you guys during those sessions. So I'm gonna switch gears, and I will see you all back here first thing Monday morning, and hopefully we'll have some really good stocks on the Gap Scanner. We can make a little bit of money and finish off this year with one more green day. All right, I'll see you guys first thing on Monday morning. Bye, everyone.
If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.